Good evening, everybody. My name is Ben Gamo, and welcome back to my channel. Oh boy, do I have some very, very good news today. So, finally, after 2 years of waiting for this game, I'm just like, I'd say a day or two of waiting. The original creator has finally sent me a sketch of Scar, to be exact. If you haven't been caught up with this, I've been trying to, I've been waiting for the original creator of Elf Tribe to give me a sketch of Scar, which was the love interest of the main character Frolic in the original, but is now turned into which is a badass lesbian, which, support lesbians, but vanishing. Anyways, now that I have that, I can continue with making Elf Tribe. So, what is going on? Well, let me announce what happened on the first page. What happened. We'll go over the current story, like what we had before. At the start. So, we start off with Frolic, our main character, being woken up by his father to come down to eat soup. Frolic gets dressed in his gear. Basically, Frolic goes downstairs to meet up with his father, and his father tells him that they're having soup for breakfast. Fun. And Frolic grabs a bowl of soup, sits down, and stares at it, which then inspires one of my favorite lines. My noggin has come up with from Fogg's dad being, what, are you scared of soup now? So, yeah. But then, whilst I goes more into it, it's so strange to say, don't be they argued, then Frolic and his dad argued about it, which then Frolic was a pretty touchy subject of how his mother is dead. So, which gets him sent out for wood chopping duty. Oh boy. Which then kind of inspired, which then we cut to Frolic outside chopping logs of wood, which very nice looking. And between cuts, he's cursing out everything that's really been a problem to him. His father. Tribes in general. And Then Frog gets an idea. He decides that he will run away, and, well, come up with a plan for it. He wakes up in the middle of the night, and does a check of everything in his collections. Everything that he needs for the journey. A bag of food, a knife, and a picture of his family. Him, his mom, and his dad. And then he whips his dad out of it. Because he really doesn't like his dad, for he insults him for being weak. And, well, you know, that's fun. Anyways, then we are left at, basically, Falk would, run away from Olderbrook, that's the name of the village that he lives in, and he basically runs away as we zoom into the ripped out piece of Falk's dad. And then it's morning. The next part, it's morning, and Falk has arrived in a village called Satori Village. We'll call it Satori. And all he's there to get is just some supplies to continue to survive. Because what I imagine is that he decided to sleep outside or sleep in a cave, and he didn't find that very comfortable. So he decided to head to the nearest town that wasn't Alderbrook and buy something. Buy a sleeping bag, to be exact. So he goes up to this person that, of course, I've made, and looks like an anglerfish because he has a little light on his head. But either way, he goes up to this little man who luckily is selling camping supplies, including sleeping bags. And, well, Falk asks for one, and the little shop teller decides to give him. He says to look for one in the back of his shop. After that, Falk overhears something odd. Two people talk about some kind of sword in the forest, or a sword in a forest, like a sword of legend, and rumors about how it may or may not be there. And Frolic is listening in, and he's like, yes, maybe this would prove my strength. Maybe this would prove that I'm strong. And, well, the shopkeeper then comes back, practically yelling at Frolic. Frolic shakes out of it. Frolic goes back to looking at the shopkeeper. And Frolic's like, what? The shopkeeper was like, your sleeping bag? And then Frolic pays. But as he starts to leave, he notices something. There's a wanted poster with his face on it. Missing person. Frog, last seen in Oldbrook. If you find him, please bring him back in capital letters. And Fogg sprints up Satori, running as fast as he can until he runs out of breath in front of a man? It's a man strumming his guitar with a small red and black kitty on his head. And then he moves to the next panel, and he introduces himself as Pin. And Fogg introduces himself too. Fogg then tells Pin about his goal, and Pin cuts him a deal. He says, if we don't find this sword in the forest, you have to stop following these rumors. And if we do, I'll admit defeat. Makes a deal. Now, Pin and his cat have joined the party. So then, they then go find the forest called Zoko Forest, and once they arrive, they meet this small man with a pointy hat. His name, Nomazide, or Zide for short, and he is a gnome wizard, which is hilarious. Either way, he introduces himself and claims that he is a mage. Fogg says, "You're too short to be a mage," and gets nudged in the stomach by Pin. Either way, Nomazide finally gives up. He's like, "So, it's you four. How are you going in?" They're like, "Four? What do you mean four?" And Nomaside's like, "Yeah. You, the kid, the cat, and the lady behind." And they look behind themselves and see a woman with pink hair, who asks if there's room for one more. And you're all caught up. So they finally met Scar. So now on the news page, Scar is introducing himself. And so are the others. And that's all I have for that for now. So, yeah, I was able to fix the Scar issue, because originally she was supposed to, bump into them in the middle of the journey, or in the middle of when they were heading to the forest. But I fucked that up, so now she joins as an external party member. And also, Zide is supposed to join, so I have plans of how to win him or how to make him join. So yeah. Anyway, that's all for now. So now, guys, remember to like and subscribe, and goodbye.